Hi everybody, welcome back. It's another day of midweek gel paint play, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I have gone through, not all, but some. I've gone through some of my stash of gel prints, and I have pulled out all of those that maybe with a second pull, or they might be brayer off sheets, or there might be ones that, you know, just kind of didn't come out quite as you hoped, second pulls, or paint papers that I've used to clean up gel plates, things like that. So you'll see as we go through. So I've gone through and I've got a whole stash here, and you know, these are great, but what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through these and I'm going to add some additional layers to them. So I'm going to be doing some stenciling, some mark making, so some things like that, which mean that they're going to be much more ready to use. And they're going to be ready to use as a background, or they're going to be ready to use as cut up and use as a journaling card or an ACT, things like that. Okay, so that's where I'm going to go. And look, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. Can hear Mr. Jem laughing in the background. I don't throw anything away. These old diary pages that I've used as brayer off sheets, and look, even this one that's got this weird tear in it, it's got some beautiful colours, and there's some pearlescent paint in there as well, and with some additional mark making. This is going to be great. And again, brayer off sheet, gel print that kind of wasn't too successful, all these things, don't throw them out, we're going to use them. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do today. I've got my 8x10 gel plate here, and that really is just going to be used, it's going to be used for multiple things actually. It's going to be used to put the stencils on, and then it's also going to be used to hold my gel prints for mark making. Right, what should we do first? I'm going to do a bit of stenciling first. I have pulled out a selection of stencils which I think might be good, and these are ones that are more sort of backgroundy type stencils. Do you know what I mean? You do, I know. Alright, so I'm going to start, put those up there, and we'll start with that one as it's kind of stuck onto the plate already. Let's just center it there. Make sure that's stuck down. And I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and sort. Well, I was going to sort into light and dark actually, but I've got some very dark ones there. That's a really rough sort. Okay, I'm going to start with some white paint, I think. So let's and I'm going to use, look at this, beautifully clean. I cleaned and conditioned a couple of my plates yesterday. This one was not one of them, but as you can see, this one needs doing too. But I have a beautifully clean 5x7 plate now. So I'm just going to put use this as a palette really, and I'm going to brayer on to my stencil. So every now and again I'll do this. I'll go through my box of gel prints and I'll pull out all those ones that you know, could do with a little bit of something else, let's say. Okay. Now, I'll lift that one up. And I'm just going to pop it face down on here, just to see if we can get any of that paint off. A little bit. Okay. Right. Now with this, I'm not looking to cover the whole sheet. I could put that down and get a whole sheet, but that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is bits. Now I like to give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of the inspiration for what I'm doing today comes from Kerry Griffiths, or Kerry the Crafter, as you may know him. So feel free to check out his videos. I am actually going to put this whole piece across there because some of it I already picked up to a certain extent, so I should get, yeah, that's cool. Now, and you'll see from the back of these, a lot of these are just scrap paper that I've used as a brayer off sheet. And this is why I always say don't throw anything away, because you never know what you can do with it. Okay, we've still got just a little bit coming off there. Let's try one more piece and see if there's anything left to come off. Oh, odd little bits, okay. I'm going to give that a quick wipe down and I'll be back. Okay, I've cleaned off the plate. I'm going to stick with the white for now, and this is a lot of my stencils are unnamed actually, but this one is made by Gel Elf, which is also the plates that I tend to use. I love their plates. I've never had any issues with them. Alright, so this obviously is smaller. And what are we going to try this one on? Okay. That's cool. So I'm actually going to go the other side of that as well. I rather like that. Let's another dark one. Let's try some on here. I don't know how much is left. Let's have a go. Oh yeah. Well, look at that with that metallic in the background. What else have we got? There's too many to choose from. This is the problem. I'm going to stick this over. Yep, there's not a lot coming off there now. So again, I'm going to give my plate a quick wipe down. Now look, all I do to wipe my plate is a spray of water and a microfiber cloth, and just give it a gentle wipe, and we're good to go. We'll do one more stencil with some white. I think I'll try one which has a little bit more. This is a huge stencil. So this one's going to give us a little bit more of a pattern, you know, or defined, just some defined shapes on it. Right. I love that white over the metallic colours. Yeah. What else have we got? I'll pop this one straight across. So if you've been watching my videos for the last few weeks with the Midweek gel print stuff, hey, look at that. You might recognise some of these pieces that I'm adding to. And you know, actually, I'm going to clean the top of that off with this one. Okay, so I'm going to change colour. Too much white there. So what I'm going to do, this lovely blue, and what I think I'm going to do is just mix it with the rest of this white. I was hesitating and looking at the sort of colours on the prints that I've got. Now I'm actually going to pull this one in, which is only a small stencil, but I really quite like it. I'm just going to pop it down in the bottom corner here. And because I'm only doing bits, I'm only picking up bits of the print, I can utilise the gel plate and pop it up here as well. Yeah, I am just going to wipe that off because that's not what I want. Okie doke. Woohoo! I'm not going to put that in water just for a minute because I may use it again in a sec. You would be surprised, as part of an overall pattern, even these little bits are going to add another layer and another depth and another, it builds up the complexity of the pattern. Okay, I'm going to clean this off. I've still got quite a lot of blue on my palette, so I am going to use the blue again, but I'm going to wipe this off and come back. I've got a numbers stencil down here now, and do you know what? I think I've probably put this up the wrong way on the gel plate. which means my numbers are going to be back to front on my prints. But actually, do you know what? I don't mind that, because this is just forming a background. So, it's the wrong colour for that one. Let's pull it onto this fun scrap and see what happens. When you're doing things with words and numbers, you need to remember to reverse the stencil. Yeah, look. Never mind. It'll be all right as part of a background. No, not a lot left on there. That blow dries really quickly. Now, somebody else was saying that the other day, so maybe it's not just my blue paint, maybe it is a thing with blue. All right, I'm going to get clean up and just sorted through the prints. And you know what, I'm just going to carry on adding detail with different stencils. And I'll speed this up just so that you can just watch along and see what I'm doing without getting too bored. Okay everyone, so those prints are all now dry, and I've cleaned up my stencils, and what I've pulled out now is my box of mark making tools. So I've got all sorts of things in here, like toilet rolls, pieces of card, I've got some, these are pine cones off a Norfolk pine tree, which if you roll, they make quite interesting marks. I've got sponges, I've got silica mats, I've got all sorts of things. So what I'm going to do now is to add, I'm going to go through these prints and add on some marks. And I'm going to do that in exactly the same way. I'm going to use my palette. I'm going to use my 5x7 gel plate as a palette, and I'm going to do some mark making on each of the prints. Now this one's got a little bit of the silver in the background from where I was using gilding flakes last week or the week before. So I'm going to pull out some silver paint. Now this is an old one which was given to me, and it's got a little bit of a really odd texture to it. But if you roll it out and use it for some mark making, it seems fine. So I'm going to go with that. And I'll talk you through the first couple and what I'm doing, and then I will put this on a faster speed for you. But basically I'm going to go through all of these, and I'm going to add in some different marks and see where we get to at the end of that process. So I'm going to, you'll see, as I say, you'll see me using, see what I mean about that? Silver paint's got a really weird texture to it. I think it's just got a bit old and yucky. If anybody knows what to do with it when it does that, please let me know. This is a piece of foam matting, and you can buy these as like outdoor mats, and they clip together. And we cut one to go around some table legs. Ooh. That's not really showing up as much as I hoped on there. I'm getting a little bit of an imprint. I don't know whether you can see that through the camera. But we'll carry on, because this is all about layers and getting depth. Okay. Now while I've got the silver out, is there anything else that I want to add? In actual fact, I'm just going to do that corner as well. There we go. Is there anything else I want to add some silver to? Actually, that might be quite nice. I'm going to continue with this mark making tool for a minute. And again, you can't see that really clearly, but when you turn it in the light, again, you're getting that building up that depth and the layers. Oh. What else have we got? Because I don't want them all the same. Maybe this one. I'm just going to stamp that off on there and get any excess off. I don't have a sink in my craft room, but I do have a tray of water which I tend to chuck things into, particularly stencils actually, because it just makes the cleanup so much easier. Now let's see if this silver is going to give us. Again, it's just giving a very faint. I do think I need to treat myself to some new silver paint. All right, I'm going to just clean off my paint here. Actually, it's given quite a nice impression on there. These are ones I've been using to clean the plate up today. Right, what colour are we going to add to this? Let's add something nice and bright. I think a bit of yellow. I've got this lemon yellow. Let's see what this does. I'm going to go for the Old Faithful here. Corrugated card. Maybe one more. Let's do another one with some of that on. I wonder what yellow would look like on this scrap. I don't know. Let's try it and see. Ooh. That's definitely a statement, isn't it? Alright, so look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my stash and I'm going to carry on doing things like that with various mark making tools. So I'll leave the video on, but I will fast forward it because you get the idea and I don't want you to die of boredom. But if you've got any comments and questions about what I'm doing, please do feel free to leave them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay everybody, well unfortunately my camera died partway through me filming that, but and I was so engrossed in what I was doing that I didn't notice. But basically I have followed the same process. I used the stencils and then I used my mark making tools. Now some of those, as you saw, were homemade ones, and there's a couple where I've used the odd foam stamp that I happen to have. So as I say, I followed the same process with all of them. So I'm, hopefully there's enough there for you to be able to do this if you want to. And I'm just going to give you a quick flick through and show you. Now, I've actually run out of time today. I think some of these could do with a little bit more. But, it's been a it's been a good session and I've got a lot done. The only other thing I did do on a couple of these was I pulled out the stencils again and used a little bit of foam and just added some colour through some of the stencils. Just show you these. So this is an example of one of those. I pulled out that number stencil again and just stenciled through it with some foam and some paint. Now the other thing you can do with these is when you go to use them, you can always add in more details with gel pens or Posca pens, depending what you want to use them for. But for me at this stage, this has built up a great stash of usable backgrounds from gel print offcuts or gel print, you know, the second pulls, which I might not have otherwise used. I love this one. I think that's great. It's got quite a lot of depth in there. And even this one, which started off as this just real scrappy piece of old diary page and brayer off sheet, has certainly got some potential now. And if you think about using pieces of this, you know, as journal cards or tags or things like that, it certainly does have potential. This is another one I quite like. I feel like this needs just something else, but I'm not sure what at the moment. And as I say, that might be gel pens, it might be ephemera, it might be some other embellishments, depending on what you choose to use it for. So there you go. I hope that's been inspirational for you. The last thing I will just say is when you're doing something like this, sometimes you look at a piece and it's like, oh my goodness, it needs something, but I don't know what. And if you're struggling to know what colour to use, I would seriously recommend getting yourself a colour wheel. Now this one actually turns around, but you can get others like this that you can just print off from the net. And if you search colour wheel, and then, you know, that will quite often give you some ideas about what colour is going to go with what you already have. So there's my little tip for today. We've been taking our scraps and our offcuts of gel prints, our ghost pulls, the ones that didn't come out so well, and turning them into something useful. So as I say, I hope that's inspired you to have a go. But for now, if you like what you see, please do like and subscribe and share the videos so that others see them too. But I want to say a big thank you for watching. I may not get a midweek gel print video up next week because I'm going to be away from home and I can't take my gel printing gear with me. So if there's not a video next week and you've been following along each week, I'm really sorry. But there might not be one next week. But for now, stay safe, enjoy your crafting. Ka kite anō.